When calculating the balance due at each school, what you'll want to do is look at the college charges, any billed and unbilled expenses, deduct your financial aid and enrollment deposit, and whatever's left over is what is due at the school. MEFA has a great college cost calculator that can be used to break down all of these costs and all of these line items and allow families to use the calculator to look at the financial aid offers side by side in black and white, just looking at the numbers. And it's a great tool to be able to compare. So I'm going to demonstrate this tool for you real quick. As you can see on MEFA.org, we have a lot of great resources for families. On the Paying the College Bill section, you'll see our college cost calculator. This enables you to put in up to 5 financial aid offers from colleges and universities. For this example, I'll just put in some information for one college to show you how the calculator works. First, you'll want to put in all of your costs, which you should be able to find on a potentially a financial aid offer, at least on the college's website. So I'm going to put in $40,000 for tuition and fees, which is always going to be a billed charge from the college, pretending that this is a private college, maybe up here in the Northeast. And we'll pretend that the student is living on campus, so you'll be billed for food and housing at the school. You'll also want to include any unbilled expenses, such as books and supplies, potentially tuition, transportation, to get to and fro the college, as well as potentially, maybe money for a laptop, for example. You may also be charged for health insurance at a college. Here in Massachusetts, all students are required to be insured. So if the student does not have health insurance, for example, through their parents' plan, then they will need to purchase the school's health insurance plan, which could be a charge of approximately $2,000. So if the student does have health insurance, for example, under their parents' plan, they can put in 0 for this amount and waive that charge once they get their bill from the school, and they'll be able to put in their insurance information so that the college knows the student is properly insured. Then you'll want to put in any of your gift aid, free scholarships and grants from the federal, state government, as well as the college and university, and any outside scholarships. So for this example, I'm just going to put in some numbers here to show you how the calculator works. And if I scroll to the bottom, you can see that the calculator is adding up all the costs and then starts deducting the financial aid. So first we put in all the gift aid, all the free grants and scholarships. If you have any outside private scholarships that the student earned through the local community, for example, or on a national search engine like mefapathway.org, you can add those in here as well, because they will need to be reported to the college or university that the student is attending. Then we'll put in any of our self-help, such as the federal direct student loans and work study or other resources such as payment plans and maybe even 529 college savings plans. So after we've put in all of the financial aid and self-help, so we have a $5,000 payment potentially from a 529 plan, for example, then you'll see what your remaining cost is. So we started with 60,000. After we chip away with the financial aid and maybe savings and loans from the federal government in the student's name, then we have a remaining cost of 21,000, which the family can then decide how they're going to pay that balance due. You can add up to 5 schools and then print your results. You can also do this on a spreadsheet if you have more than 5 colleges that you want to add financial aid offers for. By scanning any of the QR codes on this webinar, it will take you right to the links that you need. And you can also find a copy of the PowerPoint slides attached to this video. So when comparing the results of the college cost calculator, you'll want to look at what is the net price at each school, what you actually owe, as well as the different line items. So how much is each school giving you in free money and grants and scholarships? What are they expecting the student to borrow? Have they put any federal plus loans in there for the parent to take out? So consider what your family can actually afford and then do that comparison to see what's going to be feasible from a financial standpoint. Do consider a 4-year plan, even though you're applying for financial aid each year and you may be borrowing a loan each year. It is important to think ahead in 4 years. How much will you have borrowed for each year of school? So whatever you're looking at for year 1, you'll likely need to pay for years 2, 3, and 4. Think about whether the student is looking at graduate school in the future before you make that decision for undergraduate costs. Potentially, the student may need to borrow a lot more for graduate school, so you'll want to keep that undergraduate debt to a minimum, limiting borrowing wherever possible, and select a college that's really going to make financial sense for the student and family.